Who steals time is the latest take on blending.
You know what?
Charm. This cozy
It means
adventure
bread.
Stole plenty of my time.
I don't know, but if you're the same way, I feel like Milkman, you just exclusively fuck with white women.
Much more substantial than I'm used to seeing in this genre.
Just what?
I feel like if you a Milkman, you exclusively fuck with white women.
Jobs is really easy to get lost in, and it absolutely nails the balance.
Your picture belongs next to it any fucking way.
Village building and its more action-packed tasks. So I never found myself bored by any of them. After more than 50 hours chopping trees and slaying bosses, this has quickly become one of my favorite games of the year.
What's funny?
I was just talking you in it, bro.
But like Terry Crews from White Chain, exactly. I never obsessed over white women. I think white women are attractive.
Starts out as a pretty straightforward life.
That makes me Milkman.
Introduced to the job-switching life system in the first few hours, which then has you swapping between roles where you'll mine for ore, fish, and do favors for townsfolk.
Bread? Oh, brother.
Just as I started to think, okay,
I've seen this sort of. I'm just a neo alt right now.
It threw a curveball into that formula.
Also, wait, you get a whole party?
Open world map, colored monsters to battle, and puzzles to solve.
Oh, buddy, they lost me.
Then just a few hours after that, it sent me to an island to build my own village.
Definition of it ain't snowing, I mean, that's all I'm saying. That's a true Milkman. If it ain't snowing,
dungeon crawling mechanics. This process,
I'll tell you, when I was in college, I was pissed because, I'll tell you, I don't like when people know. They be letting any girl in. Hey, well, you gotta know, Brett be, he be fucking around. You know what, better watch yourself.
Is just how well many
and it's crazy because they be acting like I really get pussy. I think it was not going crazy like that. Stop it. I was Jared Dudley in his prime at best.
Any one thing particularly well, but by the time I found myself delving into procedurally
Sonic Blade
dungeons filled with a mix of combat
do you think
encounters and
Jared Dudley
activities
pull
reimagined
like
as
bitches
boss
like that?
fights, like a fishing
let's say
minigame
like he's
against an
single.
extremely
Like,
elusive
yeah,
megafish,
yeah.
I was
Is he?
I used to be in the NBA. I'm Jared Dudley.
Are you saying
they would like be like interested in them where they'd laugh at him?
Sim stuff like leveling up various
is he using his money or is he not showing his money at all?
Money and building up your own
He's not showing his money.
Okay, they probably they assume that nigga's probably lying.
The combat open world exploration.
I told this girl, my fucking girl's room. I was just trying to give you some names.
Action adventure games, but they're still engaging and have been nicely tuned to match the otherwise low stakes sensibilities. Both halves work on their own, and it's all unified
and then he freaked it.
Laid back vibe.
Get a life. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever been like that, Chet.
It's a surprisingly full story involving time travel, dragons, magic, and the strange mysteries of a fantasy land called Reveria. We're devoting yourself to one.
You know what? This ain't being a Milkman.
Called lives.
But there's a time where I was obsessed with
is a core part of their ancient culture.
fucking girls with green eyes.
It's silly.
Or just something about green eyes, man.
Fairly predictable. But also
Green Eye Merchant.
Written than I was expecting, and had enough interesting moments to keep me invested throughout its fairly short runtime. The know-it-all archaeologist Edward is an entertaining companion to have at your side during
Edward looks like a
moments, and a smarmy-mouthed bird named Trip never wears out his welcome with sassy banter as your sidekick.
Hey, it's Halo.
Watch it. The third act does drag a bit and ends in just about the most cliche way imaginable.
Oh, buddy.
But it's still more substantial and mostly successful in a genre where story is typically the last priority.
Man.
If it's even a focus at all. So it was a nice change to see it leaned into here. Though you'll spend some time saving
you were the bird.
Story, much more of your attention will be paid to the day-to-day business of
is your game over?
And helping out the residents of Reveria.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like any good life sim, once you start the grind, it's quite difficult to put
I missed it. Go back, please. I got you.
Profession to the other banter as your.
That's you.
Nothing we haven't seen in
Trip the bird.
Life sims. You'll catch bugs, reel in fish with a rod, and play a crafting minigame when it's time to put it all together.
Birdmancer.
It's all still oddly hypnotizing in just the right way. Like how I can never seem to pull myself away from the mundane day-to-day of The Sims. That said,
quitting is considered bad sportsmanship. Yeah, fix your fucking game then.
and I did find myself occasionally annoyed by just how many trees I was expected to chop down and vegetables I was asked to farm
in my room,
in order to make what I
that's
needed
making
for
me
the next
sad.
mission or upgrade.
I understand.
It can be especially irksome
It's getting
when
hot.
it comes time to craft it, since
look, it's
every
crashing
crafting life has an identical minigame where you spam
new?
one button.
Somebody
You're also given a
tried to
small
throw
patch
his
of
game
land
because
and asked to
Ultron
fill
got
it with
banned.
homes for both you
Oh,
and the friends you make
buddy!
along the way,
So literally the
decorating
situation
your
were-
homestead
were you
as
here?
go. If you've played
No.
Animal Crossing, then you'll feel immediately familiar
yesterday?
with this part of the formula, as it
Damn,
follows
you
the
weren't.
script
That's
written
tough.
by its peers. Almost to the
Messi
letter.
took-
You'll craft
yesterday?
furniture to customize your home,
Yeah.
give fellow villagers
pretty sure it
gifts
did.
to improve your friendship.
It's
and
either
get
yesterday or the day
goodies in
before.
return,
Messi
and
was
decorate the town
playing
to get a better
Ultron,
ranking,
and then he got
unlock new
pissed
things
that
to
he
add
picked
to your
Ultron, and he
community,
just started
like
throwing
an
himself
art
off the map
museum
every
for
round. Like,
residents to
he just
peruse.
off
This aspect
spotted
is
it.
a lot more shallow than something like
I remember
New
the guy
Horizons.
was like, I don't play
Residents don't
Ultron.
have much unique dialogue. There aren't different weather or seasonal patterns.
Why did I just see
There's
one
far less
frame
to
of
do than
Naruto?
managing the quite compact area
Was my
you're allowed
background?
to settle, but it's
I
definitely still
guess.
serviceable and a
Just
nice
see
way to
one
spend your
frame
time
of
between
Naruto.
hardships at the smithing forge and adventuring out in the world.
Oh, and then obviously, the guy turned to racism.
Fantasy
Yeah,
Life I
always.
leans into the action.
So I'm like, hey, bro, you don't gotta waste all our time. You can just quit.
And
I didn't hear him.
4 of the 14 battles devoted just to combat.
Well, I
all of
forgot.
which
I
are
don't want to say
chock-full
something that you
of
didn't
compelling
say.
abilities to unlock,
But,
making
uh,
battles easy.
yeah, but-
It's also pretty
No.
neat how the adventuring
But I didn't hear him, and he
components
said,
feed right back
yes,
into
you
the
did.
life sim
Blah, blah,
mechanics.
whatever. I really didn't hear what he said. But Messi said he said something fucking crazy. I don't think it was Tiggy, but something else. I was.
Yeah, if Messi did that, that wouldn't have been.
There's not a whole lot to
wouldn't
Well,
have been
Messi
funny.
would have said it and then not give it a fuck.
It's always very easy, but it's still nice to take a break.
We would expect that from him.
Super zoned out. I didn't hear any of that.
Oh, that shit was hilarious.
Open areas you're let loose to
I was
explore.
just in my own
are
little world.
I really
Nah,
thought I was
because-
tripping. I was like, maybe I'm tripping. Like,
When I,
was a little bit in disbelief.
Niggas would say that shit when I was in college, but when they, I go in the room, green bean, blah, blah, blah. And your
Yeah,
fucking
green
eye.
bean. I heard that.
I'm saying they said what I said. I'm not trying to repeat it.
Oh, they're 10.
Their mini game, like a game of Simon
So I
Says.
just thought-
he just let me through.
I just thought that was just
these companions
the
that join
green
you
bean.
instead and accompany
It is an
you
old
on
one that
your
not a lot of
adventures.
people say,
And are a
so-
really awesome addition to both adventuring
That's
and
tough.
leveling up your
Not
life
trying to run
sim
defense
skills.
for,
You can have up to 3
Hey,
levels
hey.
at a time too. Each
W
of them
ignorance.
specializes in a life and will
Oh
aid
my
you in
God.
practicing it.
Green bean. Yeah, I was familiar with that. That's why I was like, I had to like, I had to think about it. I was like, did he just?
There's also a very
That wasn't a green bean.
roguelike mode that cleverly
What was that?
reimagines what a
way he
procedurally
just says it
generated
again
dungeon
after you
can
say,
be
huh?
in a
So
game where
sick.
most of your skills are
You
gardening,
want to see me do it
fishing,
again?
and other disciplines that would seemingly be useless in a fight. These are no ordinary dungeons, as each node on their maps have a different life-related objective to be completed before you can move on to the next
Oh my
zone.
God.
One room might require you to gather
He's
each
SpongeBob.
vegetable, while another may challenge you to fish every sea creature out of the waters before you can
wanna see a
advance.
slur.
And the whole
Wanna
map
see me
must
do
be
it
completely
again?
The
planned.
crazy
So
mess.
you've got to pick your battles when choosing what to
He's still
collect
in the
and
game,
what to
no.
pass up on. While these
gotta
levels
get
are
that
much
VC.
more linear than the open world map, they also give you a much more predictable way
Come on.
to grind for XP and
Yeah.
resources, and are an
Never mind.
infinitely repeatable option
Okay.
once you've investigated every other nook and cranny.
I was gonna say Overwatch, but I want to watch Lost, so I can play Star Wars.
Like many
Okay.
life sim games,
I
don't-
Fantasy
I don't care
Life
about feeding
I
Star
also
Wars.
has multiplayer that's
Nah, how about
unfortunately
ranked?
treated mostly as
Nobody.
an afterthought. You can
What
have
rank-
friends or
is there even a
strangers
rank
visit
in
your
that game?
settlement to show
No.
off what you've built, but they aren't able to
Ranked
do a whole
Ewok
lot
hunt.
except look
No,
around.
buddy.
They can at least accompany you
That
to
would
one
be-
of the mats to assist
nah,
with cozy
you get a
activities
fucking
or help you take down
Grandmaster
bosses in the
Ewok
open world. But for
chasing
whatever
you down.
reason, they force you to end the activity after a certain period of
That
time,
shit's-
regroup and
no,
launch
that shit is
again, which is
unironically
just
scary.
really
Ewok
odd.
hunt.
It's really nice to be able to adventure
I
with
remember
friends,
watching it.
but in a game that nails
'Cause it's
most of
fucking-
what it
the map
attempts
is dark.
otherwise.
Operation
nice
Brave
map.
Sight says you know niggas always make a video about a character being cast, then later on they switch up.
It's literally just
I hope they
effective.
suffocate on a Popeyes
Fantasy
biscuit
Life
while
I,
stepping on
the
a
girl
Lego.
Who steals time expertly
Damn.
combines easygoing life sim mechanics with light action RPG goodness resulting in one of my favorite cozy games in a long time.
So, you know, niggas always make a video about a character being ass, then later on they switch up, or they suffocate on Popeye's biscuit while stepping on a Lego. That's sick.
I found myself
that being said,
surprised by what this adventure threw
that do be
the
happening.
longer I played.
Liquid
I was
1
happy
underscore
to
CK
spend
says,
hours
dang,
into chopping
Popeye's
veggies
biscuit
and
is
Popeye's
tough.
biscuits cook. I
and
don't
got
care.
oddly invested in its goofy but compelling story. As far as having your time stolen goes,
a 9?
you can do a whole lot worse.
God
with
damn.
Fantasy Life I.
What
For
game
more,
is this?
check out my
Fantasy
recent
Life.
review of fellow life sim Palia, including a conversation
Yeah,
at
I'm
the
kinda
end
surprised by that.
about
Why'd
my
it get so realistic?
Man.
Operation
There's another game.
Gravesite says they biscuits are heat, but I need a bev.